Hello, Collective. Welcome to Rocks and Rose Tarot, where we're always seeking divine guidance from Spirit, our ancestors, angels, and spirit guides. So, tonight I thought I would try something a little different. I thought I would have this pile over here for the masculine and having this pile over here for the feminine. And I thought it could be a reading where it's kind of like a conversation between both masculine and feminine, and when something happens over here, we see how it affects here and vice versa. I also have this pile in the center that I thought we could use to see what the current energy between both masculine and feminine as coming together. So I already pre-shuffled the cards, and as you can see, have already pulled out the spread. So I'll start here and here as well. Okay, so what I see happening is that the masculine made a choice. I think it's a choice in love, and that choice affected the feminine like this. So when the masculine, and I'm not really picking up that the masculine really communicated with the feminine about this choice, but I think that it was to move away from the feminine. And so that really caused the feminine to start new. We see the Fool card here. And as you can tell, I'm using different decks. I thought this embraced the feminine energy, and this original tarot deck embraced the masculine side. So we have the Fool here. The feminine is now immersed into a new journey. Because as we know, if you're familiar with tarot, which I feel like you probably are, and that's why you're here watching, the Fool card is the very beginning of the Fool's journey. And so that is the very beginning. So I think that the feminine had to start her journey on this new path all over again. But it definitely was the effect of the masculine making a choice in love, maybe to move towards someone else, a third party, because there are two people here and one person here. So I do think the masculine chose a different path, and that caused the feminine to go onto a new journey. Now, with the masculine having the Judgment card here, I do think that the masculine knew, maybe consciously, but a little more subconsciously, that the choice that they were making was not necessarily the right one. And I think there's always been a little part in the back of the masculine's head that tells him, eventually, this choice that I'm making, I'll have to finally see it for what it is. Now, the feminine answered that with disappearing, going into hiding. Once the masculine made the decision to go on a different path, and it was realized by the feminine, and the feminine knew, because again, I go back to, I don't think the masculine verbalized it, but I think the feminine, obviously understood what was happening. I think that she really cut off contact. I mean, energetically cut the cord so that this masculine would not see how this feminine is moving. So she answered that with, if you don't choose me, then you don't have access. And I think that that was a smart move for the feminine, because that allowed the feminine to step into this Six of Wands energy. The feminine's a star, is somebody that has a lot of positive energy. A lot of people see this feminine. But I think that she responded with, if you're not going to choose me, and with this card here, the feminine also knows one day this masculine is going to regret the decision that they made. And they'll realize someday. And now we have the Death. So death is death and rebirth, the end of something and the birth of something else. So I think the feminine knew that he would regret it, and then it would be too late. But is it too late? Well, let's see how the masculine responded. I think that he knew that this ending had happened, but I think again, there was always a new beginning on the horizon. I think this feminine has heartbreak, has went through heartbreak. It kind of then tells me that the feminine tried to get back out there and, you know, be seen and move on and be okay, but underneath there definitely was some heartbreak from this ending. Now, while the feminine leveled up, became the Empress, truly this time, there was, you know, this transformation underwater happening with the Moon card. She got back out there. She didn't let it get her down, but there was still a broken heart underneath. But in this new cycle, the feminine has really moved past the heartbreak, has moved past the hurt, and is truly healed. She's birthing something new here. While the masculine is now definitely in regret and reminiscing about what could have been. Maybe what was. But this is very much like a thinking back card. And I think the regret has caused this masculine to think about what happened in the past. And I think the reason why this masculine responds this way is because this feminine is truly healed. And I think because of this healing, it's caused this masculine to level up to the king that he always should have been. There was potential with this masculine that the feminine always saw, but he was not ready to level up with her just yet. He made a choice. And when he made the choice to finally level up and become the King of Cups, now this feminine is in sun energy. It's causing a true happiness within the feminine, because this king finally saw himself for who he is and stepped into the king that he always was supposed to be. He realized his potential, and this makes the feminine very happy. Okay, so now let's see what's currently happening with the masculine and the feminine as their energies merge together. This one. And this one. All right. So we have photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. And collective, that is exactly what this card is all about. This masculine misses you in his current energy, very much so. And we have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and changed mind. This energy tells me that the feminine has changed her mind about this masculine because he's finally leveled up to where he was always meant to be. And there is a rekindling coming. There is a new phase. There is transformation and growth. And that's what this card is all about. So what I'm seeing in the center here is very much the masculine stepping into his power. Let's see what other messages there are. All right. We have a few more messages, but let's go individually. Okay. So the next message is sunglasses, and it says watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. And I feel like that's exactly what this card is. The feminine had to focus out of the relationship, watch maybe from a distance, perceive from a distance, as this masculine moved through this choice with this person and then moved into realization that it was not quite the right path to be on. The butterfly. And how amazing is that on top of the Phoenix? Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. And that's exactly what this card is. It's healing the inner child and its growth. So this feminine has done a lot of inner work that was very valuable to take this relationship to the next level. We also had two more come out. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Again, I think that pertains to this card, but I think it's more of these two cards' energies together. Outdated thinking, conditioning that had to go, and replaying events. And that's what the masculine was doing, replaying events in his head. And then we have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. And collective. This is exactly what the Sun card is. It's transformation, it's shocking, it's change, it's surprising. It's like zaps you. So I do believe that the masculine and the feminine are working on rekindling something here. But I think that the Empress and her Sun energy needs to stay in that energy, and the masculine in this King of Cups energy has to come forward with emotional stability and make that outward movement towards the feminine. I will get 3 more cards for the feminine. Spirit, what advice do you have for the feminine collective? All right. And let's get 3 more cards for the masculine. Spirit, what advice do you have for the masculine in this energy? Perfect. All right. So the advice for the feminine is come together with people that make you happy. Celebrate this transformation that you've had being in this energy. This card here, the Six of Cups, is a direct link to the Six of Cups that's over here. So I think Spirit is saying, spend time with those that make you happy. Have good intentions towards the past. Let the masculine come back in with what he needs to say and do. And keep this hard inner work that you've been doing. Focus on you, feminine, because when you do that, you create a safe space for you and your masculine. The advice card for the masculine is work towards your feminine. She's abundant, she's grounded, and don't let these other distractions keep you from the end goal. And I do believe that is union, could be marriage, could be coming together just long term, but stay in this traditional energy of being focused, being directly linked with your feminine, and being directly linked with spirit, the divine. That is your message, and that is your reading. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.